Hey everybody, and welcome back to No Meat Meals. I'm Jeff Benda, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a barbecue mushroom sandwich. So for today's recipe, we're going to use 1 pound of the baby Bella mushrooms, but you can use cremini or regular button mushrooms, that's fine. And then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, 1 cup of the barbecue sauce, salt, pepper, a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to have some pickled onions to put on top. Again, that's an option if you guys want to use. That's fine if you don't like pickled onions. And then we're going to need some hamburger buns. You can use any kind of roll that you prefer. And I've just got some chips on here too, just to add at the end. You're also going to need some butter because I always butter my buns. They just make them better. So before we do anything else, we have to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with slicing the mushrooms. Now, because of the consistency that we're trying to get to make it like pulled pork, I'm going to make this as simple as possible, and we're going to slice it with a knife as thin as possible, okay? While remaining safe. Okay, so I've put the mushrooms in the bowl, and now it's time to add the seasoning. So we have a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and then we're going to have a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Just use some tongs, and you're going to toss this. Don't forget the salt and pepper. It's about 1/4 teaspoon, okay? You can do a half a teaspoon too if you like, that's fine. Okay, so I can see all the mushrooms have a little bit of that seasoning, and that's what you want. So I'm turning the stovetop on to medium-high heat. Okay, and now we're gonna add the olive oil. The mushrooms need to spend some time in this pan to really cook down to get it like that pulled pork consistency. So you wanna use a good oil like this. We're not gonna use butter, that's gonna burn. So our skillet is hot. Now I'm gonna add the mushrooms. And this is going to take 5 minutes. We're going to stir them occasionally, about once every minute. Just keep them sauteing, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes. It's time to take our mushrooms off. Now it's time to add the barbecue sauce. Again, it's your choice. Everybody likes different sauces. Some like it's rich and sassy. Some like the Texas pit flavors. So whatever barbecue sauce that you like, this is what you're going to go for. Gonna stir it up really good with the barbecue sauce. Okay, so once we've had our barbecue sauce added to the mushrooms, now we're gonna transfer them onto a parchment paper lined baking sheet. This is really important, you guys, because we want an easy cleanup. I think for a lot of people, when you first start cooking and you're like, hey, I'm gonna make dinner, right? I got this new cookbook, this is gonna be great. And you decide to make this recipe for your family. You don't want to turn your kitchen into a disaster zone. And then we're going to pop them in the oven for 10 minutes at 400 degrees. All right, it's been 10 minutes, so it's time to pull out our mushrooms out of the oven. So while we let the mushrooms cool for just a minute, I'm going to go ahead and toast the buns. So we're going to get our skillet hot. We're going to add just like a tablespoon of olive oil. While that's getting hot, I'm going to be over here putting some butter on those buns. So we're going to put these in the pan for just a minute. I'm going to use butcher paper. Again, you can use the parchment paper. That's fine. Just another piece of parchment paper. Got our bun. We have the top of our bun. Okay, so I'm about to take a quick bite, but I forgot. Pickled red onions. You guys, I love these. It just puts it over the top. If you guys like pickled red onions, again, it's an option for you, but I really highly encourage you to do it. My wife is not a fan, so I'm not gonna put any on hers, but I'm gonna put some on mine. There we go. Look at that. It tastes like pulled pork. All right, guys, if you like this, like, subscribe, share this video, and tune in next time for another great recipe from No Meat Meals by Exodus.